Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board Qatar Airways. As you find your seat, we ask that you place larger items in the overhead compartments and lighter sized belongings, including duty-free bags and liquids under the seat in front of you. Our cabin crew are available to assist. Thank you.
Qatari 112 request to end pushback.
Crew, all customers on board.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all of our customers on board now. Please do keep your seatbelt fastened at all times, even if we have the seatbelt sign switched off. I'll speak to you again prior to our descent, and I'll update you on the arrival time and the weather. In the meantime, please make yourself comfortable and welcome on board.
Contact tower on 120.
Congrats, as the aircraft is already for departure. We request all ground personnel to please kindly disembark the aircraft. Also requesting all customers to please take your assigned seats now in preparation of closing of blast doors for departure. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, and I'm your cabin senior. On behalf of Qatar Airways, the One World Alliance, and the rest of the cabin crew team, it is my pleasure to welcome you on board Qatar Airways. We would like to extend a special welcome to our privileged club members and also to members of One World Frequent Flyer program traveling with us today. Customers interested in joining our award-winning program may enroll online by visiting the website www.qmiles.com. This aircraft is equipped with the Oryx One in-flight entertainment system. The onboard connectivity facility will be available shortly after takeoff. Please be informed that smoking and use of electronic cigarettes is not permitted anywhere on board this aircraft. In preparation for departure, we ask that you switch your phones to fly safe mode and ensure that your seatbelt is fastened at this time. We would like to remind you to keep your personal valuables such as wallets, jewelry and electronic devices safe at all times. As we consider your safety to be of the utmost importance, could you please give your attention to the safety video being screened? Please be informed that smoking and use of electronic cigarette is not permitted anywhere on board this aircraft. We would also like to remind you to keep your personal valuables such as wallets, jewelry and electronic devices safe at all times. Thank you for your attention.
سيدتي والسادة، أسعد الله صباحكم بكل خير. من يبدأ خطوط الجوية القطرية تحالف العالم القطري. نود أن نرحب بحضرات السادة أعضاء نادي الامتياز وأعضاء تحالف العالم الواحد لو فيها. النادي الامتياز هو برنامج مكافآت لحضرات المسافرين على مدى الخطوط الجوية القطرية للاشتراك يرجى الاستفسار من أحد أفراد طاقم الضيافة. كما نود أن نذكر حضراتكم بأن التدخين واستخدام سجائر إلكترونية غير مسموحا به على متن هذه الرحلة. أن سلامتكم على متن الطائرة هي من أهميتنا، لذا نرجو من حضراتكم الانتباه على الشريط الذي سوف يعرض عن السلامة العامة. شكرا.
Cabin crew armed doors for departure class check.
Air France 990 requesting the end of pushback. Air France 990 request to end pushback received. Decaul ground Air France 990 with Quebec ready to taxi IFR. Air France 990 taxi to and hold short of runway 08 left via taxiway Papa 1 Foxtrot November 5 Uniform Tango 4 Charlie Uniform Tango 2 Tango 1.
Welcome aboard.
Contact tower on 119.631 ready.
Demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft. For your comfort and safety, we operate a
non-smoking
Air France
policy on board all our
taxi
to the gate.
Smoking in the toilet
Air
will
France
activate the smoke
1767
alarm,
taxi to gate
and
Yankee 4
tampering
via
with the
taxiway
smoke
Whiskey 4
detector
Whiskey
is a
Tango
criminal
Tango
offence.
Romeo Tango 4 Romeo
The
Foxtrot
exits
Foxtrot
and
November 3
walkways
November
must
November
be
Alpha 2
clear
Alpha.
baggage at all times. Baggage should be securely stowed in the overhead compartment. or under the seat in front of you.
Taxi to and hold short runway 08
For
left using
safety
taxiway
reasons,
Papa 1
with the
Foxtrot November
exception
5
of
uniform
handheld
Tango 4
head
Charlie
and
uniform
the
Tango
use
2
of
Tango
electronic
1 Air
devices
France
is not
9990.
permitted for takeoff and landing. These
Taxi
devices
to
must
Gate Yankee
remain
4 using
switched
taxiway
off
Whiskey 4
until
Whiskey
you are
Tango
advised
Tango
by your
Romeo
cabin
Tango
crew.
4 Romeo Foxtrot Foxtrot
Please
November 3
fasten your
November November
seatbelt
Alpha
for
2
takeoff
Alpha Air
and
France
landing,
1767.
and whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated. To unfasten, lift the flap and pull the ends apart. If you plan to sleep during the flight, please make sure your seatbelt is fastened and visible to cabin crew. The cabin environment is carefully controlled. If oxygen
DeGaulle
is
Tower,
required,
Qatari
masks
112
will
tree
appear
ready
from
at
above
runway
you,
09
or
right,
you may
departure
be
to the
required
east.
to release the mask by pulling on the colored
Qatari
flag marked
1123
Pull.
wind
Pulling the
029 at
mask
5.
towards you will activate the
departure
oxygen
approved.
supply.
Cleared
Place
for
the mask
takeoff
over
runway
your nose
09
and
at
mouth,
right.
adjust the band to secure it, and breathe normally.
Cleared for takeoff runway
When your
09
mask is
right,
fitted
Qatari
correctly,
112
you may
tree.
assist others. In the unlikely event of an emergency landing, please adopt the brace position as shown on the screen. Your life jacket is either beside or underneath your seat. When instructed by the crew, remove it from its container and pull it over your head. Bring the cape around your waist and fasten in front, pulling firmly to secure. Only inflate your life jacket when you are leaving the aircraft by pulling the two red toggles sharply downwards. You can also inflate or top up the life jacket by blowing into the mouthpiece. The life jacket has a whistle to attract attention, and a light that will automatically illuminate when in water. Infant life jackets will be distributed by the cabin crew. Please take a moment to locate the emergency exit nearest to your seat. The emergency exits are clearly marked and are located as shown on the screen. Escape path lighting will guide you to the emergency exit. In case of emergency landing on water, the evacuation slide will serve as rafts. Please remember to remove footwear before using the slide. To remind yourself of the safety aspects of this aircraft, please read the safety pack which is in your seat pocket. And if you have any questions, our cabin crew will be happy to help. To help the cabin crew with final preparations to take off, please ensure your seat is in a full upright position, your window blinds open, your tray table is folded away, and your seatbelt is fastened. Thank you for your attention, and enjoy your flight with Qatar Airways.
Qatari 1123, continue for east departure.
DeGaulle Tower, Qatari 112 tree, continue for east departure.
DeGaulle Tower, Cessna November Sierra Zulu tree 639er ready for departure runway 09er right IFR to Castrop. Cessna November Sierra Zulu tree 639er altimeter tree 0.21 wind 029er at 5. Cleared for takeoff runway 09er right. Cleared for takeoff runway 09er right Cessna November Sierra Zulu tree 639er. Qatari 112 tree leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
DeGaulle Tower, Qatari 112 tree, frequency change. DeGaulle approach Qatari 112 tree is type Airbus A20 and 4 miles southeast of Victor Oscar Lima Charlie tree 800 feet. Request flight following.
Qatari 112 tree DeGaulle approach. Squawk 6745.
Squawk 6745 Qatari 112 tree.
Qatari 112 tree radar contact 6 miles northeast of Lima Foxtrot Papa Hotel 1,100 feet. Altimeter tree 0.21.
Roger Qatari 112 tree.
1 tree, you are 16 miles west of de Gaulle. Contact de Gaulle Tower on 119.25 when inbound. Tower on 119.25, easy tree 81 tree. Contact Sane approach on 118.89er. Good day.
Going to 118.89er, Qatari 112 tree. Sane approach Qatari 112 tree, 1,300 feet.
Qatari 112 tree, Sane approach altimeter tree 0.22 radar contact, continue.
118.05 Qatari 112 tree. Paris Center Qatari 112 tree 1,800 feet.
Qatari 112 tree Paris Center altimeter tree 0.22 radar contact continue. Cessna 609er traffic is 2 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 340 Airbus A321. Report them in sight.
The captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. For your continued safety, we would like you to keep your seatbelt fastened at all times while seated. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt sign will be turned off shortly. We recommend, however, that you keep your seatbelt loosely fastened at all times during the flight. If you're using a blanket, we kindly ask that you fasten your seatbelt over your blanket so it is visible. We invite you to browse through extravaganza or in-flight duty-free catalog which is in your seat pocket. Our in-flight meal service will come in shortly. Please refer to your personal menu card for more details. If there is anything that we can do to make your flight more comfortable, please feel free to let us know. Thank you.
Going to 118.89er Qatari 112
سلامتكم رجاء من حضراتكم قبل الحزام مربوطة ضروري تقوم الطائرة في حال استخدام كل البطانيات. وتقليد سوف نقدم لكم وجبة الصباح كما أن المعقد داخل الطاقم على تم استعداد تلبية طلبات مدار الرحلة. شكرا. سيأتي على طفلان هي مبادرة تدعم الخطوط الجوية القطرية وتهدف إلى توفير التعليم الابتدائي للأطفال المحرومين من التعليم الأساسي. يبلغ عدد الأطفال المحرومين من التعليم الابتدائي 58 مليون طفلا حول العالم. يعيش هؤلاء الأطفال في دول تعاني من الفقر والتمييز والنزاعات والكوارث الطبيعية. سنكون شاكرين لكم لو تكرمتم بدعم هذه المبادرة من خلال تبرعاتكم والتي يمكنكم وضعها في المغلفات المتوفرة في جيوب المقاعد التي أمامكم. سيقوم محتفل الطاقم الضيافة باستلامها منكم. شكرا.
118.05 Qatari 112 tree. Goodbye. Paris Center Qatari 112 tree 3,400 feet.
Qatari 112 tree Paris Center altimeter tree 0.20 radar contact continue.
seatbelt sign will be turned off shortly. We recommend, however, that you keep your seatbelt loosely fastened at all times during the flight. If you're using a blanket, we kindly ask that you fasten your seatbelt over your blanket so it is visible. We invite you to browse through extravaganza or in-flight duty-free catalog, which is in your seat pocket. Our in-flight meal service will come in shortly. Please refer to your personal menu card for more details. If there is anything that we can do to make your flight more comfortable, please feel free to let us know. Thank you.
سيدتي وسادتي، بعد قليل سوف تطفئ شنطة تحزمة المقاعد. سلامتكم ورجاء من حضراتكم قل الأحزمة مربوطة وظهروا لطاقم الطائرة في حال استخدام كل البطانيات. بعد قليل سوف نقدم لكم وجبة الصباح كما ننهي مع بقية أفراد الطاقم على تم الاستعداد لتلبية طلباتكم على مدار الرحلة. شكرا. سيدتي، عالم طفلان هي مبادرة تدعم الخطوط الجوية القطرية وتهدف إلى توفير التعليم الابتدائي للأطفال المحرومين من التعليم الأساسي. يبلغ عدد الأطفال المحرومين من التعليم الابتدائي 58 مليون طفلا حول العالم. يعيش هؤلاء الأطفال في دول تعاني من الفقر والتمييز والنزاعات والكوارث الطبيعية. سنكون شاكرين لكم لو تكرمتم بدعم هذه المبادرة من خلال تبرعاتكم، والتي يمكنكم وضعها في المغلفات المتوفرة في جيوب المقاعد التي أمامكم. سيقوم أحد أفراد الطاقم الضيافة باستلامها منكم. شكرا.
Qatari 112 tree, contact Green Center on 128 decimal tree. Good day.
128 decimal tree, Qatari 112 tree. Goodbye. Ream Center, Qatari 112 tree, 4,800 feet.
Easy 8600, contact Paris Center on 118.05. Good day. Qatari 112 tree, Ream Center altimeter 30.21, radar contact continue. 118.05, easy 8600. Goodbye. Qatari 1123, contact Lorraine approach on 127.25. Good day.
Going to 127.25 Qatari 112 Lorraine approach Qatari 112 5,300 feet.
Qatari 112 Lorraine approach altimeter 30.21 radar contact continue.